Hello everyone. In this video, we'll study about the last method of calculating national income, which is via value weighted method. We've already discussed income method and expenditure method. Firstly, in income method, we are adding income of every person to get domestic income, which stands for NDPHFC. And in expenditure method, we are adding the expenditure of all the four sectors in an economy to reach our GDP at MP. Now, while we discussed the three different phases of circular flow of income, the first phase is the production phase from where the income is being generated. So when we add national income from that particular phase, we are using value added method. Now, what do we understand by the term value addition or value added? That is, one single product passes through various stages of production and then it becomes a final product. So what we are doing it at every stage, we are adding some value to that production, to that product, and then it becomes meaningful and then it reaches to the final, the ultimate consumer. So when we add all the value addition at every stage, we get what? Gross value added at market price, also known as GDP at MP, or we can add the final product value of every product, or then we can also get the same value. Now, while we are adding only the value addition or only the final value, so that we are not leading to double counting. So this method is also known as production method. And as you can see that every individual enterprise adds certain value to the products which it purchases from other firms known as intermediate product. Let's see how. Suppose the final product is the bread, and let's see the different stages of the production. So at first stage, a farmer will produce wheat. So for him, the output is wheat. The value of output is rupees 500, and he has used his own seeds. He has not purchased or seeds from somebody else. So for him, value of input is 0. So in which way he has done value addition to that product as rupees 500. So what he'll do it? He'll sell it to miller for rupees 500. And for miller, that wheat will become intermediate cost or input because he's using wheat to produce something else, and that production is known as what? Flour. So what he's doing it, he's using some machinery, raw materials, or other people in a process. He's basically adding some value to this. So wheat has been converted into flour and the cost is rupees 700. So he's actually added rupees 200 to the rupees 500 of that particular wheat. Now, miller sells to the baker for rupees 700. So for again, for baker, flour is for rupees 700 as intermediate cost because he is purchasing from somebody else. So for uske liye, it becomes what? Intermediate cost or consumption. Now again, he is converting flour into bread and make it for rupees 1000. So he has done value addition of rupees 300 to it. So you can see before the bread reaches to the final consumer for rupees 1000, it is passing through various stages, and then at every stage some value addition is being done. So what we'll do it, we'll add those value addition rupees 500 plus 200 plus 300 to get rupees 1000, or we can add this 1000 value. Simple. So in our economy as well, we add the final product value to reach at the national income. And why we are not adding 500, 700 or 1000? Because it already includes the value of raw material and will lead to double counting. So from here, what we get the concept is of value added, which stands for value of output minus intermediate consumption. And when we add value added of all the sectors in the economy of every firm, we get the GVA at MP, that is gross value added at market price. So you can see it over here. There are certain steps. The first step is obviously to identify and classify all the sectors in primary, secondary, tertiary, and then add their gross value added to reach at GDP at MP, also known as GVA at MP. So what we are doing it, that GVA at MP is, the formula is value of output minus intermediate consumption. Now, what is IC? Firstly, intermediate consumption is purchase of raw material from domestic territory. Obviously, either you require raw materials from your own fellow domestic industries, या फिर आप बाहर से उसको import करेंगे. So, if in question these two different terms are being given, you need to add. Or if entire IC is being given, along with this, you need to add only IC. So basically, we need to see what is being given in the question. Coming to the value of output, which means sales, that you are producing goods and then selling off in the market. Then you are also keeping it for yourself, that is self-consumption plus change in stock. Because everything is not being sold in the market, some goods also remain with you to be sold in the next financial year. So sales plus self-consumption plus change in stock becomes value of output. Now what do you need to be careful that if in the question it says domestic sales, so what do you need to add? You need to add exports in that. Reason being that आप sell off, आपको ये देखना है कि इकोनॉमी में कितना सेल आउट हुआ है. तो सेल्स के लिए आपको ये देखना है कि डोमेस्टिकली कितना सेल हुआ, आपने कितना एक्सपोर्ट करा है. दैट विल गिव यू द टोटल सेल्स. So in examination, look for the word domestic sales. अगर domestic sales given है तो उसमें आपको exports को add करना है, और अगर सिर्फ sales word given है so simply add sales, do not add exports to it. So this is how we'll present the answer, that is sales plus change in stock will give you what? Value of output. उसमें से you'll subtract intermediate consumption to reach at value added or gross value added at market price, also known as GDP at MP. There are certain precautions. Those precautions are again same, that is production for self-consumption, imputed rent, these are being included, then sale of second-hand goods, and like non-monetary activities are not being included in national income. These are the two ways of presenting the answers. So value of output is sales plus change in stock. That will then, and value added is what? Value of output minus IC. That will give you GVA at MP. You can see that. From that, it depends on the question. You can substitute what is being required to be find it out. So either of the two methods you can use in examination. So the points to be taken under consideration, firstly, yes, I've already discussed कि अगर आपको domestic sales given है तो आपको उसमें exports को add करना है, otherwise नहीं करना है. कई बार question में sales के साथ export भी given होता है तो आपको सिर्फ sales को लेना है, export को add नहीं करना है. अब अगर imports और IC अलग अलग गिवन है तो आपको सिर्फ IC लेना है. क्यों? क्योंकि उसके अंदर इंपोर्ट की कॉस्ट ऑलरेडी इंक्लूडेड होगी. Then next, अगर if you are being given indirect taxes लेकिन कोई subsidy given नहीं है, so please use the proper formula using the brackets, otherwise it will make your answer wrong. And GVA at MP is also known as GDP at MP. Let's see this one particular question. We need to find net value added at factor cost. So firstly आप क्या निकालेंगे? Value of output, which is sales plus change in stock, that is 3500 plus 50 will give you value of output. उसमें से हमें क्या करना है? Minus IC. So minus 2000 will give you value added, that is GVA at MP. मार्केट प्राइस आ गया. अब हमें पहले तो वो ग्रॉस है और हमें चाहिए क्या? नेट. तो विल अगेन सब्ट्रैक्ट डेप्रिसिएशन फ्रॉम इट एंड देन we need to find market price से factor cost पे जाना है. So we'll subtract indirect taxes to reach at this value. There are certain questions जहाँ पे आपको ये उल्टा given होगा. उल्टा means कि आपको given होगा net value added at factor cost और आपको sales निकालनी होगी. So in that particular question, what you'll do it? आप net value added at factor cost से कहाँ जाएंगे? GVA at MP पे. तो यहाँ से आप कहाँ जाएंगे? That would be GVA at MP and फिर उसके बाद आपको उल्टा प्रोसेस शुरू करना होगा to find out the sales. I hope it is clear. So value added method is all about finding value addition is being done at every stages to find out the actual national value is being done through production method.